Hello students, welcome to our history class. In this class, we will discuss the part third of Mughal Empire. Previously, we have discussed two part of this Mughal Empire series. Now, this is the third part where we will discuss some administrative reforms during the time of Mughal Empire, as well as we will also discuss the empire during the time of Aurangzeb and some post-Aurangzeb Mughal rulers. Clear? So previously we have already discussed in part 1 the origin and the establishment of Mughal Empire. We have also discussed the important battle which is related to the Babur, how Babur came in India from Fargana, how he fought first battle of Panipat and how he established basically Mughal Empire in India. We also have discussed the lineage between Babur, Genghis Khan and Timur. Then we have discussed Humayun in part first. Also in part second, we have discussed Akbar, Shah Jahan or Jahangir. Now in this session, we will discuss Aurangzeb and post-Aurangzeb rulers. So now let's start the session. In today's class or part third of the Mughal Empire series, we will first discuss the Aurangzeb, policies of the Aurangzeb, culture and architecture during the time of Aurangzeb, death and legacy, and we will also discuss post Aurangzeb period, means ruler after the death of Aurangzeb, or we can say after 1707, the Mughal basically dynasty. Later emperor in decline, Mughal administration as well as revenue system during the time of Mughals. Clear? Okay. So the images used in our slide deck are for educational purpose only. We respect the intellectual property right of the original creator and owner of these images. If you are the owner of any of the image used in this deck and have any concern or issue, please contact us at sathee@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the images. Let's start with the Aurangzeb. As we previously discussed that after killing with his brothers Dara Shikoh, Aurangzeb captured his father Shah Jahan in Agra fort in around 1658 and became next ruler, or the last powerful ruler of Mughal Empire was Aurangzeb. In 1618 he was born in Gujarat and he was died in 1707. So let's discuss birth and background of the Aurangzeb. He was born in 3rd of November 1618 in Dahod, Gujarat. He was the third son of Shah Jahan and Mumtaz Mahal. Clear? Okay. Accession to the throne, how he basically became the last powerful Mughal ruler or ruler after Shah Jahan. He ascended the throne on July 31st, 1658 after a fierce war of succession against his brothers. He imprisoned his father Shah Jahan in Agra fort in 1658 where he died in 1666 and he declared himself emperor. So after killing his brother Dara Shikoh, after imprisoning his father Shah Jahan, he declared himself as a next Mughal ruler. Administration, he also focused centralized administration. So continue the centralization of Mughal administration which was started by Akbar. Implemented strict administrative policies to maintain control over the vast empire. Also, he banned wine and music in his empire in the following of basically Muslim law. Some religious policies which was started or basically ended by Aurangzeb. So he reversed the policy of religious tolerance and practiced by the predecessor, reinstitute the jizya tax on Muslim in 1679 on non-Muslim. Sorry. So basically, jizya tax has a story, has a complete history. It was started by first Muslim attack or first Muslim or Arab ruler Muhammad bin Qasim around 712 in India. As Muhammad bin Qasim ruled around 3 years in India, so the jizya tax was basically expanded during the time of Alauddin Khilji on non-Muslim except Brahmins. Alauddin Khilji did not basically impose jizya tax on Brahmins. Laterly, during the time of Tughlaq dynasty, the Firoz Shah Tughlaq was the last powerful ruler in Tughlaq dynasty. Firoz Shah Tughlaq imposed jizya tax on Muslims. Around 1574, when Akbar became the ruler, Akbar removed jizya tax, or Akbar abolished jizya tax. So after Akbar, he again imposed jizya tax on non-Muslims in 1679. Also, he destroyed several Hindu temples and imposed Islamic law, leading to discontent among non-Muslim subjects. So these were the religious policies which were adopted by Aurangzeb. Now some economical policies focused on agrarian reforms and improved tax collection. He encouraged the cultivation of cash crops. Expansionist policy, he extended the Mughal Empire to its greatest territorial extent, covering almost the entire India subcontinent. Spent a significant portion of his reign in military campaign, particularly in the Deccan. In Deccan, he fought with Jat community, also with Rajaram and Gokula. But Jat were basically, he defeated Jat two times. So Jat community, revolt two times. Clear. He also expanded his empire towards Golconda and Bijapur. He also in 1685 fought with British along with Hooghly River, as British wants to capture Hooghly River region, and the Hooghly River region was under basically Aurangzeb. So in 1685, Sir John Child attack on Aurangzeb, and in this battle, Aurangzeb defeated British also. So he was very powerful. He had a great military tactics or strategies through which he defeated many Deccan's rulers as well as many tribal rulers as well as British also. Clear? Next, Deccan campaign. In Deccan, he conquered the Deccan Sultanate of Bijapur and Golconda, and he basically captured Bijapur and Golconda. He faced prolonged resistance from Marathas under the leadership of Shivaji and his successor. As basically, when Aurangzeb became ruler in 1658. Till 1658, Shivaji captured 35 forts in basically Maharashtra. So when he became ruler, he attacked on Shivaji several times. So he faced conflict with Maratha empires. Rebellion and conflicts. He suppressed various rebellion, including those led by Rajputs, Sikhs, Jats, and Marathas as well as. He faced many challenges from the rise of Maratha Confederacy, which continued to resist Mughal authority in India. Clear? So he basically lead a battle against Marathas, Rajputs, Sikhs, and Jats as well as. Okay. Now let's move to our next slide. Next is cultural and architectural contribution during the time of Aurangzeb. The patronage of art. He patronized Islamic art and architecture, but was less extravagant compared to the predecessor. He commissioned the construction of Badshahi Mosque in Lahore and the Bibi Ka Maqbara in Aurangabad, a mausoleum for his wife resembling the Taj Mahal or same like Taj Mahal. So Bibi Ka Maqbara was established by Aurangzeb in Aurangabad. He also established Aurangabad city in Maharashtra. Cultural policy. He prohibited music and dance in his court, reflecting his orthodox Islamic beliefs, patronized calligraphy and religious literature. He also converted, or during the time of Aurangzeb, many Hindu literature were also converted into Persian language. Clear? Basically, the main teacher of the Aurangzeb was Mir Muhammad Hakim. With the influence of Mir Muhammad Hakim, he adopted completely Muslim religion or orthodox Muslim Islamic beliefs. Next, what were the administrative challenges which were faced by the Aurangzeb or Mughal Empire? He faced difficulties in administering the vast empire, as the empire of the Aurangzeb was expanded from north to south and southeast to west. So it was a challenging role to administer the vast empire, leading to increased decentralization and weakening of central authority. Though during the time of Aurangzeb, there were maximum mansabdars, as Mansabdari system was started by Akbar, but maximum Mansabdar was during the time of Aurangzeb. The prolonged military campaign drained the empire resources and weakened its economical stability. Now, last is death and legacy of the Aurangzeb. In 1707, due to mental depression, March 3rd, Aurangzeb was died in Ahmednagar, Maharashtra. He is buried in a simple grave in Khuldabad near Aurangabad in accordance with his wishes for a modest burial. Legacy known for his expansionist policy and strict adherence to Islamic principles. His reign marked the peak territorial extent of the Mughal Empire but also set the stage for its decline due to administrative and military overreach. He left a complex legacy characterized by both significant territorial expansion and increased internal strife. As after the death of Aurangzeb in 1707, the Mughal Empire became very weak as the next ruler was not as powerful as the predecessor. So that's why we can say the Aurangzeb was the last powerful Mughal ruler. So after the death of Aurangzeb, the next ruler became very weak, and during the time of these rulers, British, Dutches, Portuguese conquered the territories of the Mughals, and this was the major reason of the decline of the Mughals also. So we have discussed the empire, Mughal empire till the during the time of Aurangzeb. Now we have to basically understand the Mughal empire after Aurangzeb. So next topic is post Aurangzeb period. Means how was the administration during after the death of Aurangzeb? Who was the ruler after the death of Aurangzeb? Clear? Okay. So let's start the post Aurangzeb Mughal period, Mughal Sultanate in India. So the Mughal Empire after the Aurangzeb death, as I told you that the beginning of the decline of the Mughal Empire started after the death of Aurangzeb. He was the powerful ruler. After Aurangzeb, there were lots of rulers who basically ruled Mughal Empire, but none of them were powerful like previous rulers. So Aurangzeb died in 1707 in Ahmednagar, Maharashtra, marked the beginning of the decline of the Mughal Empire. Succession crisis. His death led to a war of succession among his sons Bahadur Shah first, Ajam Shah, and Kam Baksh. So, like Aurangzeb, as after when Shah Jahan became weak or ill in 1658, Aurangzeb and his brothers basically started a war of succession. Same happened with the death of Aurangzeb. When Aurangzeb died, his son basically started a war of succession among them. The son was Bahadur Shah first, known as Mozam, Azam Shah, and Kambaksh. But Bahadur Shah first became the next ruler. So, reason of successive Mughal emperor after Aurangzeb, the Bahadur Shah first was the next ruler after the death of Aurangzeb. So Bahadur Shah first became next ruler in 1707 and he ruled till 1712. Accession, how he accessed basically the throne, he ascended the throne after defeating his brothers. Policies, he attempted to adopt a conciliatory policy towards the Rajputs, Maratha and Sikhs to stabilize the empire. So he adopted a conciliatory policy where he basically towards the Rajputs, Marathas, and Sikhs so that he can stabilize the vast empire. What were the challenges Bahadur Shah first faced? He faced ongoing conflicts and regional uprisings. His reign saw the beginning of the weakening of central authority during the time of Mughal Empire. Clear? So Bahadur Shah first became the next ruler after the death of Aurangzeb. till 17012. So 1707 to 1712, Bahadur Shah first was representing the Mughal throne. After the basically Bahadur Shah first, the Jahandar Shah became the next ruler. So Jahandar Shah, who basically became ruler in 1712 and who ruled till 1730. So he ruled for 1 year only. How he got the accession or throne? He gained the throne with the support of the powerful noble Zulfikar Khan. So with the support of Zulfikar Khan, Jahandar Shah got the throne of Mughal Sultanate. Reason marked by extravagance and incompetence. His close association with his favorite Lal Kuan lead to decline in his authority, overthrown by his nephew Farooq Shiar with the support of Sayyid brothers. Means his nephews Farooq Shiar attack on Jahandar Shah, and Farooq Shiar was supported by the Sayyid brothers. So we can say with the help of Sayyid brothers, Farooq Shiar, who was the nephew of Jahandar Shah, attack on Jahandar Shah. He basically removed Jahandar Shah and became next ruler with the support of Sayyid brothers. Clear? The next ruler after the death, basically after Jahandar Shah, was Farooq Shiar. So let's discuss about the Farooq Shiar, who became ruler in 1713 with the help of Sayyid brother till 1719. Accession: he installed as emperor by the Sayyid brother, who wielded significant power during his reign. Policies: he attempted to curb the influence of Sayyid brother but faced resistance as he supported by the Sayyid brother. After becoming ruler, he wanted to curb the influence of Sayyid brother in Mughal Empire. He deposed and killed by the Sayyid brother latterly due to his attempt to assert independence. And after the death of Farooq Shiar, the Sayyid brother became next ruler on the behalf of Mughal Empire. The Sayyid brother and their puppet. The Rafi-ud-Darjat, he was the Sayyid brother who became ruler for along 2 or 3 months. Then Shah Jahan II in 1719 became the next ruler. After the death of Shah Jahan II, Muhammad Shah from 1719 to 78 became the next ruler. So finally a more stable ruler, but the empire continued to decline during the time of Muhammad Shah. Clear? So let's understand the reason of the Muhammad Shah. Muhammad Shah became ruler in 1719 and he ruled till 1748. Relatively stable ruler, as we previously basically saw that the ruler basically the term of the ruler was for 6 months or 1 year or 2 year maximum. So attempted to reassert imperial authority and stabilize the administration during the time of Muhammad Shah II. Nadir Shah attack on Delhi, and basically he looted most of the Mughal luxury items and treasury. So invasion and sack of Delhi in 1739. Nadir Shah attack in India. Nadir Shah of Persia invaded and sacked Delhi, causing immense destruction and looting. Impact: the Nadir Shah attack weakened the Mughal Empire significantly and demonstrated its vulnerability. Also, Nadir Shah basically looted the Kohinoor area as well as the Kohinoor diamond as well as the Peacock throne, which was in Delhi Red Fort. Last emperor and decline. So after Muhammad Shah, the next ruler was Ahmad Shah Bahadur, who became the ruler in 1748 and who ruled till 1754. Lacked administrative skills, leaded to further decline, deposed by the powerful vizier Imad ul Malik. So he was deported by the powerful vizier Imad ul Malik. After Ahmad Shah Bahadur, the Alamgir II was the next ruler, who basically became the ruler in 1754 and who ruled till 1759. He was controlled by his vizier and faced Maratha and Afghan invasion, and he was also killed by Imad ul Malik. So both Ahmad Shah Bahadur and Alamgir II was killed by Imad ul Malik. Clear? Next was Shah Jahan III, who he was a puppet ruler who was installed or controlled by the vizier. Next was Shah Alam II, 1760 to 1806, exile and restoration. He faced exile and struggled to reclaim the throne. Sought support from the Marathas and British East India Company. Shah Alam II was the Mughal ruler who fought against British with the Battle of Buxar, which was basically fought between British and Mir Qasim in 1764. So he participated from the side of Mir Qasim in 1764. So which Mughal ruler participated in Battle of Buxar? To Shah Alam II in 1764 against British. Next is Battle of Buxar in 1764. The British defeated the combined force of Shah Alam II, Nawab of Bengal and Nawab of Awadh, resulting in Shah Alam II become a pensioner of the British East India Company. As in Battle of Buxar, basically Hector Munro won this battle and a treaty was signed with the Shah Alam II and he became a pensioner of the British East India Company. Clear? Next is the Mughal Empire under British influence. As in after Battle of Buxar in 1764, Mughal Empire were you basically under British as a dominion type. So we have to understand the Mughal Empire under British influence. First is nominal control. The British Emperor retained nominal control, but real power lay with the British. Bahadur Shah II was the last Mughal ruler who was the part of 1857 revolt, who basically lead the military of Delhi against British in 1857. So Bahadur Shah II became ruler in 1837 till 1857, who was the last Mughal ruler. Indian Rebellion of 1857. So the last major uprising against British rule with Bahadur Shah II as a symbolic leader. Exile and end. Bahadur Shah II was exiled to Rangoon, marking the official end of the Mughal Empire. As when British capture or British control 1857 revolt, so he sent to the Rangoon. Next is how was the Mughal administration? The first is central administration and role of the emperor. The emperor was the supreme authority of the central figure holding absolute powers. Also, he got the divine rights, consider the shadow of God on earth. The emperor authority was both political and religious. Patronage, the emperor was a patron of art, culture, and religion, influenced various aspects of societies also. Next, Mansabdari system we have already discussed in part 2 that part 2 in that Mansabdari system was introduced by the Akbar. It means basically to provide the rank to the civil and military officers. So it was a system to manage civil and military officers during the time of Mughals. Ranks, officials were given ranks based on their merit and service divided into Jat and Sawar. Jat means personal rank and Sawar means cavalry ranks. So there were two types of rank under Mansabdari system which were given to the Mansabdar or a officer. There was a Jat which was a personal rank of the officer and there was a Sawar which was the cavalry rank, means depend on the cavalry of a officer, that how much cavalry does a officer, according to the cavalry strength he got the rank. What were the responsibility of the Mansabdars? So Mansabdar had to maintain a specified number of troops for the emperor and were paid through land grants known as Jagirs and salaries also. Clear? Next is military organization. Central army directly controlled by the emperor, comprising cavalry, infantry, and artillery. Mansabdar provided troop according to their rank, ensuring a large and ready army. Training and equipment emphasize regular training and modern equipment, including firearms and cannons also. Clear? So this was the military organization. Next was provincial administration. As we all know that Mughals completely control the north and southern part of India, especially from north to south. So the provinces were divided into subhas. So subhas were the main provinces. The empire was divided into provinces called subhas. Initially, during the time of Akbar, there were total 15 provinces or 15 subhas. Later, it was increased 21 during the time of Aurangzeb region. Jagir was the land which was basically granted to the Jagirdas as a cash salary. So assigned to the mansabdar instead of a cash salary, Jagir were pieces of land from which they collected revenue. Temporary ownership, Jagir were not hereditary and could be transferred from one person to another person. Role of local governors means subedars in Mughal administration. So these subedars were appointed by the emperor. They governed the subas and were responsible for maintaining law and orders, collecting revenue, and ensuring the implementation of imperial policies as well as. There was a Diwan, the financial officer responsible for revenue collection and administration, and Subhan were known as the Diwan. The Diwan was a post, a person who was responsible for collecting revenue as well as to control the administration in Subhas. There was a Kotwal, the police chief in the town and city, ensuring law enforcement and public order was known as the Kotwal. And the last was the revenue system during the time of British. We have already discussed in part 2 that there was a revenue system known as the Japti system or Desal Bandobast, which was established by Akbar Finance Minister Raja Todalmal. So we have to understand the Todalmal finance basically system or revenue system. So Raja Todalmal, Akbar Finance Minister, introduced comprehensive revenue system, standardized land measurement using Biga unit, and he also classified the land into four parts on the basis of fertility. The first part was polaj. Polaj Jameen was cultivated annually, or the most fertile land was known as the polaj. The second was paroti, left fallow for a short period. The less fertile, then third was charchar, left fallow for 3 to 4 years, and last was banjar, left fallow for over 5 years. So, on the basis of the production of a particular basically land, the revenue was collecting accordingly. Clear? So, this was the revenue system, the Mughal administration, as well as the Aurangzeb and post Aurangzeb period we have discussed. Now, I hope you like this session. Thank you.